Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 37 of the My Son the Traitor series. Today's episode, we get into week 2 here, but first things first, I mentioned last episode we were going to sign the real Psychosis, obviously to go along with our storyline. So Nicho, I found him about 2 minutes after, but thank you for the comments that suggested or told me what his proper name is. But yeah, as you can see, he already works under the Psychosis name. I do want to sign him to a relatively long contract. So we'll go in here. I think 7 years. You know, it's sort of in between, your 5 and your 10 years. I'd love to give him 10-year contracts. We all know that. That's it's well known around these parts on my channel. But he's 30 years old at the moment. I think a 7-year contract. It's a long time. It's probably more than a company would actually, give a person or a wrestler. But he's going to work out pretty well. He wants 15,000 as well. He's got 30 popularity across the United States, which I think is good. And I'll show you his stats here. He's very good. He's very talented. Lacking a little bit in star quality, as you'd expect, but a very, very good luchador. Very good technically as well, which is perfect. Can have a lot of good matches with like Lance Storm, obviously American Dragon, if either Psychosis or American Dragon Bryan Danielson turn heel in the future. So we've got some good lineups for some technical master classes, shall we say, going forward. So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing we needed to do. So we'll advance to the next Nitro. I got a haircut as well yesterday, which is good. And I also actually got my stitches out. So the arm, or the wrist, I should say, is on the mend, and we're looking good. And I just want to say thank you for all the recent support as well. The last episode, New Year, New WCW, got like 190 views in the space of a day and a half. So I was very, very impressed by that. And I wanted to say thank you. You guys really are showing the support and enjoying the series as much as I am, honestly. Do we send him down to TCW? Yes. Keep Jimmy on the main roster, and we'll keep Sanders on the main roster. Same thing for Psychosis as well when he comes in. Got a nice little house show. 4 days away. Let's keep advancing. Yeah, so just thank you for all the support. If you could drop a like on this video, show your support for this one as well, it'd be greatly appreciated. Getting a few subscribers as well. I'm not sure if that's from the announcement video for TEW but either way, I'm very happy, and hopefully if those are some new fans coming in, welcome to the channel, and hopefully you'll stick around. But here we are, Nicho El Millonario, which is Psychosis. Is going to be coming in as a face onto the main roster as well. Another house show there in Canada. But yeah, he's got to come in as a face. He's now here, so I want to... Got a confident gimmick. I think we're going to change that because I want his gimmick to be good. So let's have a look. Let's go to skills. Plays swagger well, plays mysterious occult well as well. Okay. Whoops, wrong one. So we want a swagger. We'll go mysterious occult because he's going to go under the mask as well. Yeah, I like Rebel. I like Rebel for him. I think we'll leave it smack bang in the middle. Yeah. All right, perfect. Hopefully that at least gets an average rating. I want that to be... I don't want him to have a poor gimmick. But let's go into him as well. I'm going to change his picture to Psychosis. Oops. Perfect. We'll go Psychosis American. Preferably with the mask. Yeah, Psychosis American's fine. And then I will give him that same picture that I just gave him 1 second ago. It's perfectly fine. Cool. Chuck a new mask on him, a WCW mask. Save that. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Didn't really see this one coming through. I probably should have realized that, but I think potentially because I've already given the Psychosis name to Psycho Ripper. Is there a way to look at his business, maybe? No, not business. Ugh. Have I messed up here? Is it because I gave him the Psychosis name? I mean, if it is, I can just give original like the actual Psychosis. I can give him, I guess, a different spelling. I'd prefer not to, but it looks like I might have to. Unless there's an actual work of names, maybe. PSI. Interesting. Let me look around here for a few more seconds before we move on. Give me ideas, workers, stables, shows. They're just gimmicks. Looks like we might actually be out of luck here, potentially. That's okay. You know what? We'll bite the bullet and I might be able to change it in the future, but it is what it is. We'll just give him the different spelt Psychosis name, and we'll run with that. Load that. Got that. Perfect. And there we go. All right. Yeah, 30 overness. I like it. Gonna implement him into the next show as well. He'll be able to start with us straight away. It is one of the like alter egos that he does actually have in his profile, so it's perfectly fine. But I wanted it to be spelt the same way. Obviously, just because it means a little something different to us, because obviously storyline progression and all that. But it is what it is. We move on. All right, let's get into Nitro. We've got a big show to book. I haven't really put too much sort of thought process into it. And there you go. MCW have been declared bankrupt, and they are now out of business. So we tried to sign them as our developmental territory, and yeah, they've gone out of business anyway, essentially. So I guess we're just stuck with TCW. Have they run any shows yet? They would be running their TV show. Every Wednesday. Yeah, they would have run. They should have run one show. But they seemingly haven't. Why is that? Huh. It's on Combat Nation for TV shows and for events. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway. Do they have a big enough roster? Is that the problem? I think they do. I think they do have a big enough roster. They got David Flair down there as well now, which is good. Yeah. Huh, interesting. Anyway, I might put Kendrick down there as well. Yeah, we'll do that. Anyway, let's just get into Nitro. We're fluffing around too much because we do have a big show. Big show. So last episode we did Great Lakes. Up next is Hawaii. There was only one arena in all of Hawaii. Is that correct? Interesting. Do we run in Hawaii? I don't think we do. I think we just skip it. So Great Lakes, I guess we just go back to Mid-Atlantic for this next episode. Where did we go last time? Bilo. Let's go Baltimore Arena. And let's book. There was no backstage incidents, which is good. We already have our main event from last show. That was, where are we? Canyon versus Jeff Jarrett. That is heel versus heel, so I'm a little bit worried about it, but at the same time, it actually has a storyline behind it, so theoretically, it should be doing pretty well. So yeah, Canyon taking on, where is he? Jeff Jarrett, who's actually more popular than him at the moment. We'll give that one 16 minutes, and we're actually going to give Jarrett the win, but he is going to cheat to win. So it's going to be tainted. It's just going to be a tainted win. There's no sort of shenanigans from anyone else interfering or anything like that. But it is also going to continue with DDP coming out to finish off the show. So we'll get that in there as well. So we'll go all three. We won't script them because we know Jarrett and DDP both don't like being scripted. So they'll go out last. I want to have an Eddie Guerrero promo onto Booker. Booker be off screen for this one. Yeah, we'll script it. It'd still be pretty good. I then want to have a Chavo match. Which have Chavo taking on pretty much anyone at this point. Jason Jet sounds fine. Did say I want to try and use Jet a little bit more. Could be a relatively good heel for us in the future. But that's just going to be a non-title match. Then I want to have Chavo before he goes out there as well. He is going to cut a promo onto Sean O'Haire. Script that one as well. Actually, let's do Sean O'Haire and Shane McMahon about Chavo and Shane McMahon about Sean O'Haire. Sorry. So rock the double entertainment there, and then have Sean O'Haire off screen. Other matches. Let's have a look at Psychosis for a second. Can he? No, so he's considered unimportant. But theoretically, he would not be far away. He's probably only one win away. I'm wondering if we just chuck him into a tag team match. See if there's any negative chemistry right now. So let's do that. Let's do Psychosis on debut, teaming up with Super Crazy, and they can just verse like a random heel tag team that we have. Romeo and Skipper, that works out perfectly. Give that 6 minutes. We're gonna make this the high spots as well. Don't know why his mask isn't showing up there. I'm gonna have to change that in the actual editor data. But Psychosis will get the win. He does wear a mask. We've already put that on him as well, which is perfect. So he'll get the win. Make it make it steal the show. Because if we use steal the show, it doesn't have that negative penalty associated with it. It's more just all the competitors are going to go all out for the best, capable match that they can put on. So I think that's probably better. What we'll do in the lead up to that one, actually, I'll have it run like this. Let's go an interference in the match. We'll have the interference be onto Super Crazy by George again. And then we'll have an angle pre-match as well with George and Psycho Ripper. Just try and get a little bit. It's going to be a pretty, average angle. It's going to be quite bad, realistically. But we want it to be here to try and improve their popularity a little bit going into the pay-per-view. I want to try and get these guys up as much as we can to then hopefully transfer that popularity over to, real Psychosis and Super Crazy. One thing I do want to say is, obviously Psychosis and Super Crazy, they're going to be the new Anguish. I don't want to call them Anguish. If you guys have a tag team name that you want to suggest, leave it down in the comments below, and I may choose it for next episode. So yeah, make sure you drop a comment. Potentially even something in Spanish, as long as it sounds really cool and it's relatively easy for me to say or pronounce. I'm more than happy to do something in Spanish. Anyway, what else do we have? Got the Cruiserweight title. We've still got... what did I think I said I wanted to do something with this. Because I think we had Sanders last week, didn't we? Where are we? Yeah, so Sanders came out. I think we're going to do a tag team match. Let's go another tag match here. We're going to have Ray and Shane Helms teaming up to take on, I think, Jamie Noble and Sanders. This could theoretically be the Steal the Show match over the other one. But we'll go Shane Helms getting the win over Jamie. We'll make that decisive as well. And then we're going to have an angle with Mike Sanders. He's just going to cut it onto Ray. Do a double entertainment there prior to the tag team match. See how well Ray's going to do on the mic. He doesn't have the best entertainment stats. We know that, so it is what it is. I'm also going to chuck in a cheeky little angle here with Shane McMahon and John Cena. So we'll chuck that in as well. That might actually kick off the show. And this one's going to be Shane McMahon notifies John Cena that he has a match next week. Simple and easy, but that's going to kick off the show. And as you can tell, we are pretty much going to start the John Cena push. We have any empty? We've got the Kingdom. He's obviously not going to go over Jerry Lawler. This one, don't know what to do with it. Because I wanted to have Test be the leader of the Kingdom. And he's going to be injured for another, 9 months. So, yeah. I might have pulled the gun on that one a little bit too early. Maybe I should have just had Sean O'Haire become the leader of it. Maybe a little bit of a misstep potentially by me. I think it would have worked pretty well. And then we could have even had Chuck Palumbo versus Sean O'Haire in the future. Kingdom versus former tag team partner. Something to think about. We could still maybe do it. Potentially. But let's add another storyline. I'll make this 094 just to keep it all nice and neat. This one will be C Nation? Question mark? I don't know. It just works. We'll go John Cena. We'll go Shane McMahon in this one as well. And then we need an opponent for him. Someone that we're not using. I could maybe go Evan Courageous and Shannon Moore. Not sure if they're actually being used in storylines at the moment, but... Alright, so Shannon is. Evan is not. So what I'll do... it's cruiserweight, isn't it? Remove Shannon out of that one and add him into this one. These matches are going to get penalties. It's going to happen. Where is he? Shannon. There we go. That's a new storyline we've got going on. We're going to start the C Nation, the C Nation storyline, the beginning push of John Cena. And I think that's a really good way just to implement him in a really high level promo to kick off the show as well. Other storylines, we've got fully blooded Italians we need to do something with. Trying to remember, what did we do last week? I think we're going to do Hugh Morris versus Guido, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that, but I think that was where I was going next. So let's do that. So Hugh Morris taking on, where is he? Little Guido. Get that one in, 6 minutes. Probably a wild brawl, to be honest. Maybe not. Go storytelling maybe with this one. Hugh Morris is going to get the win. We'll go a tainted win on this one. And outside interference finish. Or actually, we'll go botched interference finish onto Guido by Tracy. Because Tracy's sort of like the idiot of the group, if that makes sense. The real lackey of our group here with FBI. So that works out relatively well. Chuck and Angle pre-match as well. So we'll go Johnny the Bull. Actually, we'll go Hugh Morris, Johnny the Bull, and Guido. And we'll literally just go triple entertainment on this one as well. So Johnny's not going to be out there for the match. Because he'd be very disappointed if he was. But I think it works out relatively well. So that looks good. What else we got? We got Buff and RVD. We had Buff attack RVD last week. Let's have Buff in a match against Colt Cabana. And then I want to have Buff be distracted by RVD. Then I have a promo after the match with RVD cutting a promo onto Buff. I think that's a nice little way of doing it. And I think this one can actually be our wild brawl. I thought Colt had good brawling skills, but they're not as good as I thought they were. So Buff will win. It'll be open, script, decisive. Then just a distraction onto Buff by Rob Van Dam. Nice and simple and easy. And then post-match, RVD onto Buff Bagwell. We can do double entertainment. And this will be like the promo that books their pay-per-view match at Sin. Really itchy nose tonight. Yeah, so that works out pretty well. I think that looks good. What else have we got? We've got World TV title. And we've got the tag team as well. And Resurgence Team Canada. Did have a comment from Question the Mark, and obviously he's kind of right about this one. Team Canada are very stale at the moment. And one thing I do need to do, I forgot to do this at the end of last episode. Diamond Dallas Page, I need to tweak his gimmick. There we go. Oh, it cannot be tweaked any further. That's a legendary gimmick as well. That's frustrating. But there we go. Perfect. I did forget to do that. He did get that penalty. We don't want to get the penalty again for that main event. I'll just chuck him at ringside here as well. I might just chuck Diamond Dallas Page at ringside. I mean, use your imagination and just think he's going to be the fourth man in the commentary booth, essentially, with him at ringside. I think he'd be good at commentary as well. All right, so gonna go another match real quick here. Just another TV title match. Vader taking on Samoa Joe. The World TV title. Vader getting another defense. World Television on the line. Bang that there. Angle with CM Punk. Vader. Entertainment Menace. And a little bit of success as well. I'll have Joe be off screen for this one as well. CM Punk's essentially going to be talking about him beating Joe. And essentially beating him down post-match. Cool, we're at 120, so I might reduce that by a minute. And we'll go from there. That could be our Wild Brawl, realistically. We might move that further back. Might have that match after that. Angle, we need RVD. The Buffs match will go on first. We'll have RVD cut the promo, RVD and Buff lead into the Wild Brawl. Hopefully it's hot enough for the Wild Brawl there. And then we'll do the Hugh Morris Little Guido match as our storytelling. Perfect. So we can fit one more promo. And we have nothing for the World Tag Team title storyline. So simple enough for this one. We'll literally go Mark Jindrak and Sean Stasiak. And then Chaz and D'Lo. And I think we'll just bang them all on entertainment. I mean, it's probably not going to do very well anyway because there's not too much talent in relation to angles and promos and entertainment skills, microphone ability. But it is what it is. So I'll put that a little bit further back in the show. Yeah, right there. Perfect. I like it. All right. Quickly do a couple of pre-show tag matches. We'll go 3-on-3. And we'll go with Lance Storm, Mike Awesome, and where is he? Kevin Steen. They can take on... no, we won't do that. I was going to go big with it. Let's go AJ, American Dragon, and Billy Kidman. On the pre-show, we'll give the win to Awesome. We've got some plans with Awesome coming up as well. And we'll make that one decisive. Hopefully Chuck Steamboat, and then we'll do another tag match. This one will go Booker T and Diamond Dallas Page teaming up to take on fully blooded Italians. Why not? We'll have DDP get the win. Yeah, we'll go DDP. Cool. I'll probably want to have the loser be Big Vito. Even though I was on the pre-show, I still want it to be a relatively good match there, where Johnny the Bull's not actually taking a pinfall loss. We would not be penalized, so we are good to go. Let's run the show. All right, so we started with a 72 rated 6-man tag. We have Team Canada being Lance Storm, Mike Awesome, and Kevin Steen, defeating AJ Styles, American Dragon, and Billy Kidman in 12-12, when Mike Awesome pinned American Dragon with an Awesome Bomb. Good pre-show match. And the second pre-show match getting us a 70, we have Booker T and Diamond Dallas Page defeating Fully Blooded Italians 3 in 11:52 when DDP pinned Big Vito by pinfall with a Diamond Cutter. And yeah, obviously Booker T head and shoulders above everybody else, and Vito the weak link. All right, here we go. Kicking off Nitro. I'm hoping for a 70+ rated angle with Shane and Cena. Almost. We get a 67 rating here to open the show. We have Shane McMahon, and he essentially calls in John Cena to his office and lets him know that he has a big match on Nitro next week, where he hopes he'll be able to flourish and show everybody exactly what it takes to be, or to have ruthless aggression, I guess. It does okay. I wanted it to be a 70. It's slightly lower than that, but it's going to help John Cena regardless. So happy with that. We move on. We go into a 75 rated match here where we have Buff Bagwell defeating Colt Cabana in 5:38 by pinfall with a blockbuster. And during the match, we also had Rob Van Dam come down to ringside and distract Buff Bagwell. Buff still being penalized due to his poor form. But that leads us into an 89 rated angle where we have Rob Van Dam cutting a promo onto Buff. Buff obviously getting a few words back in himself. But Rob essentially talks about the post-match attack that Buff laid him out with last week. And RVD challenges him to a match at Sin. It's going to be RVD taking on Buff Bagwell. Buff accepts the match. And yeah, our first, I guess, official match, well, apart from Booker T and Eddie Guerrero, the rematch, is now booked. And 89 is very good. Very good, especially leading into our next match being the Wild Brawl, which gets a 51. We have Vader defeating Samoa Joe in 5:17 by pinfall with a Vader bomb. We have Vader making his second defense of the WCW World TV title, the World Television title. So yeah, 51, solid, good stuff. And again, leading into our next angle, we get a 62 rated angle from CM Punk, who comes out as Vader. He looks like he's about to start, attacking Samoa Joe post-match. But Punk's music hits, comes out, starts cutting some words, and essentially challenges Vader to a match for the World Television title at Sin. And Vader accepts, grunts into the microphone, and says, "You're on." And our third match for Sin is now officially booked in week 2. Very good angle though. 62, and that's primarily rated on CM Punk's entertainment skills as well. Obviously, Vader's got relatively good menace as well, but yeah, Punk doing some good things. I'm curious to see what his popularity is going to be after the end of this month. We then go into a 55 rated angle where we have Hugh Morris, essentially a 3-way promo with Morris, saying that he's going to do some horrible things to Little Guido and get a little bit of revenge here tonight against the fully blooded Italians. Johnny the Bull says, not going to happen. Guido's going to take you your limit, just like I did at Starrcade. Almost forgot the name of the pay-per-view then. Just like I did at Starrcade. I got the win over you. And you're still clinging on hope that you can get another opportunity against Johnny the Bull. They then go into a match where we have a 61 rating. We've got Hugh Morris defeating Little Guido in 5:46 by pinfall with a moonsault. That was following a botched interference by Tracy Smothers. So yeah, the lackey of FBI getting involved, essentially costing Guido the match. He was probably going to lose anyway. But yeah, Tracy basically solidifying the loss there for Guido. And the loss for FBI. Hugh Morris was off his game, which is a little bit frustrating. Only got a 44 in-ring performance. He's quite bad, is Hugh Morris. He might be someone we try and really push down the card. And maybe we try, I guess, make him like a lower mid-carder to a mid-carder. At the moment, he's probably mid-card. But I could see him being involved in the television title storyline. And he does have, he did have relatively good popularity as well, which we have sort of started to shine off a little bit. And most of that going on to Johnny the Bull, which is, it was the aim of the whole storyline to begin with. And it will culminate this month as well at Sin. But good match from Guido, especially. Right, we then go into a bit of a throwaway angle, this one. 53 rated. Our two tag teams, our World Tag Team Champions, Lowdown, and the #1 contenders there, Jindrak and Stasiak. Just a promo, get them all on the show, all rated on entertainment. Obviously, the standouts would probably be Stasiak and D'Lo, but yeah, it's average, it's perfect, it's what we need for the tag team. I'm not going to really put too much of a big focus on them at the moment. Yeah, I mean, Jindrak and Stasiak were the only ones I could really even put against Lowdown this month. So we move on. We go into a 46 rated angle from the, I guess, impromptu #1 contender Mike Sanders and the current Cruiserweight champion Rey Mysterio Jr. Just a nice little promo between them. And of course, they will be facing each other in a tag team match up next, which gets a 61, where we have Rey Mysterio Jr. and Shane Helms defeating Jamie Noble and Mike Sanders in 6:09, when Shane Helms pinned Jamie Noble with a vertebreaker. Mike Sanders, the weak link, 30 in-ring performance. I mean, he was really off his game, but so was Shane Helms. That was a terrible performance there from Sanders. Noble with a 41, so looking a lot better than Sanders there. Maybe I should have done Noble versus Rey Mysterio. Anyway, that's fine. We then move into a 42 rated angle where we have Psycho Ripper and Jorge Estrada. And they cut a promo onto Super Crazy, basically calling him out, saying that he's not going to have a tag team partner ready for Sin. And it's going to be a handicap match with Ripper and Estrada taking him on 2-on-1. And yeah, it's relatively good. 42 is better than I thought it would be, if I'm being honest. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised. We then go into a 62 rated match here. I did steal the show. It's actually paid off pretty well. We have Psychosis and Super Crazy defeating Romeo and Skipper in 6:14 when Psychosis, on debut, pinned Kid Romeo with a diving leg drop. And during the match, we also had Jorge Estrada run in and attack Super Crazy. Really good match. Really good. Psychosis debuting his Rebel gimmick, getting an initial rating of adequate. Perfect. It didn't want anything below an average, so we'll take adequate. Although I don't know if adequate's actually above or below average. I think it's above. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. It's not poor. That's all I care about. And it gives him a large boost to his charisma during matches and angles. So that's a very good bonus. Large boost. Very nice. And a good match. Just need to fix up his picture there and we're rocking and rolling. All right, then go into an 82 rated angle. We have Chavo Guerrero going into Shane McMahon's office, and he insists that Sean O'Haire is not the #1 contender to his United States title. And Shane kindly reminds him that Chavo doesn't make the decisions around here in WCW. Shane does. And Shane officially books the match, Chavo versus Sean O'Haire for the United States title. And Chavo is absolutely furious, getting us a really good rating there. 82 for Chavo and Shane. Very good stuff for Sean O'Haire off screen being talked about. And that leads us into Chavo's match, which is absolutely outstanding. 81 rated singles match. Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeating Jason Jett in 5:41 by pinfall with a tornado DDT. What a match. Chavo Guerrero. I would clap a little bit harder, but he's got a pretty injured wrist. So, yeah, Chavo pulling out the RVD-like performances as the United States champion. Very impressive. We then go into Chavo's cousin, Eddie Guerrero, a current world champion, getting a 90 rated angle by himself. And it's pretty much just him cutting a promo onto Booker. You know, the old, I'm the world champion. I love this business. Oh, that whole type promo. Similar to the one, the addiction promo that he gave to Brock Lesnar. Basically saying that if Eddie is going to lose the World Heavyweight title now that he's gained it, he's going to need to essentially kill him. And there is nothing apart from that is going to mean a loss for Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, good stuff. I mean, I think 90 rated's probably what we should expect, hopefully, even with these issues, these personal issues he's going through. So hopefully a sign of things to come. All right, we go into the main event. We get an 81 rating. It's okay. It's better than last week's, which I'll take. Advances more storylines as well, which I also like. I even like the finish to the match here. So we got Jeff Jarrett defeating Canyon in 15:55 by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. Honestly, I could see Jarrett doing that. I could see him going up to the second rope, you know, maybe a schoolboy or a roll-up, and then bang, feet up on the ropes. Referee doesn't see. 1, 2, 3. Jarrett legs it out of the ring. That's our main event. And then it leads into this one. Perfect way to finish. A 99 rated angle. As Jarrett's walking up the ramp, essentially trying to escape from a very angry Canyon. DDP's music hits. Well, I guess it was already at ringside, so he was up the entrance ramp, doing commentary up the top. His music hits, he comes down. Him and Jarrett start having a go at each other. Canyon gets out of the ring. All three of them are just brawling and fighting. And yeah, it's a good way to go off the air. All three of them fighting to finish off Nitro. And they all did improvise well without a script to follow. Hence the 99. Only penalty is better announcing, which we got a 99. So yeah. Overall show rating, we get 1 point better than last week, which is okay. A lot of our angles were a little bit lower this week. I think only the RVD, the Eddie angle, and the obviously final main event angle were above an 85 in the blue level of ratings. But yeah, it's one better than last week. 87 over an 86 from last week. Again, increasing our popularity in 44 regions. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Good show. A lot of storyline progression, a lot of matches being booked here for the pay-per-view. We had a debut there for the Psychosis. And yeah, I'm just generally quite happy with that episode. I think it's done exactly what we needed it to do. And yeah, let's have a look at what Raw did. We still beat Raw. Had a better main event. Fair enough. Better semi-main event as well for the World Tag Team titles. What a match that is. Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys for the World Tag Team titles. And then The Rock and Stone Cold defeating Right to Censor, which is Kurt Angle and Val Venus. Good matches. Really good matches. But 85, we beat them. Without 87. So, Good stuff. Just to let you guys know, we are going to be signing a few more people for our developmental. So I've got a nice little short list now. I won't go into it this episode, but I think over the coming weeks or the coming episodes for us, I guess, there will be some new younger signings. You guys, give me suggestions. We've had a few suggestions over the last few episodes as well, since we bought the developmental territory. But I want to know why they're not running shows. If anyone can answer me that, I would love to know. Yeah, because it's from June of this year. Last year, I should say. And it's definitely... Yeah, dormant. No. So it's definitely out there. It's definitely a show. Held on Wednesdays, and it's taped one episode at a time. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. I guess we'll potentially see next episode. Maybe you guys have something that you can tell me as well. We can... Yeah. Maybe if we actually go into TCW. Yeah, I mean, there's still nothing in there. Yeah, show history. They have no shows this year. Yeah. Okay. We'll check back on that. We'll check back on that. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you drop a like. Hard to do a thumb with my my injury there, but I'll go with that hand. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel as well, and turn the notification bell on to be notified when these episodes come out. We're only a few weeks away as well from TEW IX dropping. Really looking forward to that. Is it TEW 9? Do we call it TEW 9 or is it TEW IX? I don't know what to call it yet. The new TEW is coming out, and I'm super excited. As you can tell, it's sort of fired up the passion for playing TEW again. I was already enjoying the series, but now I've just got that in like the back of my head, being like, new games coming out, rock and roll. Let's have some fun. Let's put out some good entertainment for you guys as well. Anyway, apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.